let's stop talking about Trump. We talk about him too much. We want to tell people what we're going to do for them. Healthcare, environment, those kind of issues. For example, I've seen you on TV a lot in the last couple of years. I know everything you know, or that you tell us, about the Russian situation. I don't have a clue what you think about healthcare. I've never heard it. Yeah. I don't know whether you're for Medicare for all, or improve Obamacare, or get a chicken. I don't know what.
Well, we know that this whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin. That's been clear for well over a year now, that they've been pushing this false narrative about the vice president and his son.
Just a few days ago, we showed you Bill Maher completely roasting Adam Schiff over his massive hypocrisy and the fallout it caused among the already struggling Democrats. Well, get ready, because this is part 2. A closer look at Schiff's blatant double standards and his full-blown case of Trump derangement syndrome. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, now's the perfect time. Unless you want to miss more juicy political breakdowns just like this one. Let's dive in.
I was always of the opinion, number one, that the Office of Legal Counsel opinion that you can't indict a sitting president was wrong.
Oh, good.
That, in fact, you can indict a sitting president. I think there are prudential reasons not to try someone who's the President of the United States, but particularly when there's any risk of the statute of limitations running. If the president commits a crime, they should be indicted, and you should stay prosecution. So, but frankly, I had no expectation that that would be the course Mueller would take, even if the evidence supported it, because he is fundamentally conservative. And I don't mean left-right conservative, but he was going to follow the established policy. He was not going to make new ground. So I didn't think it was realistic to expect that he would indict the president. And those that did, I think, were unrealistic in their expectations.
Pay close attention to how Adam Schiff practically delivered love poems about indicting President Trump during his first term. It wasn't just political critique, it was a full-blown obsession. Now, sure, I get it, Schiff's a Democrat, so of course he's gonna hype up Biden and lose his mind every time Trump so much as breathes. But honestly, is that what America needs right now? Politicians who treat party loyalty like a religion and refuse to call out corruption in their own party. This country is already hanging on by a thread politically, and the last thing we need is more partisan puppets acting like they're delivering justice while really just stoking division. Accountability shouldn't end at the party line, but for people like Schiff, none of that matters. Their only mission is to keep their party in power. The rest of the country? They couldn't care less. Now, you're probably wondering where I'm going with this. Fair question. So check out this clip, and I'll be back with my take right after.
This was our big gun. Now it just looks like you're stalking him. I think in the eyes of the people who don't follow it that closely, which is most of the country, here's the thing about Bob Mueller. He's like the last person, maybe the last thing in America that left and right agreed on. Left and right basically agreed. This is a guy of honor. This is an honest guy. This is an honest broker. Whatever he says goes. Americans are not into details. Don't read it to me, Bob. Just give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. The fact that he was like, if you couldn't impeach before, how you can impeach after?
Did you catch Bill Maher calling Adam Schiff a Trump stalker? Because honestly, that's exactly what he was. Schiff was absolutely determined to impeach Trump. Come hell, high water, or a total lack of evidence. He pushed the Russia collusion story like it was the gospel truth, but here's the twist. Even Robert Mueller, the special counsel for the Department of Justice, came up empty. No solid evidence. No smoking gun. Nothing to back up the hysteria Schiff was stirring up on cable news every other night. And yet, there he was, relentless, obsessive, and oddly thrilled at the idea of taking Trump down. The facts didn't seem to matter. Schiff wasn't after the truth. He was chasing headlines and partisan bragging rights. When you're that deep into a political witch hunt, due process just becomes another obstacle. Bit by bit, Maher is exposing Schiff's hypocrisy. But hang tight, because there's even more.
Here's the awful dilemma that we face. If we don't impeach him, that sends a message that this kind of conduct, this obstruction of justice, this kind of willing use of the help of a foreign adversary, all the lies and cover-up, that this is non-impeachable. At the same time, if we do impeach him, and he is acquitted as he would likely be acquitted, then the message is those are not impeachable offenses. At the end of the day, Bill, there's only one way to deal with this problem, whether we impeach him or not, and that is to vote his ass out of office.
That's what Schiff has always been after. Not justice, not truth, but getting Trump out of office by any means necessary and replacing him with his party's political puppet. If you read between the lines, it's painfully clear that Schiff wasn't motivated by some noble quest for accountability. He was laser-focused on flipping power back to the Democrats. And here's the big giveaway. If he really had rock-solid evidence, if his case against Trump was as airtight as he claimed over and over, then why was he already predicting an acquittal before the trial even started? That's not the confidence of someone with facts on their side. That's the strategy of a political player who knows the spectacle matters more than the substance. Schiff wasn't appealing to the Constitution. He was performing for the cameras. It was never about justice. It was always about power, headlines, and scoring wins for Team Blue. And now, this is where Bill Maher throws down the gauntlet.
Let's stop talking about Trump. We talk about him too much. We want to tell people what we're going to do for them. Healthcare, environment, those kind of issues. For example, I've seen you on TV a lot in the last couple of years. I know everything you know, or that you tell us, about the Russian situation. I don't have a clue what you think about healthcare. I've never heard it.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you're for Medicare for all, or improve Obamacare, or get a chicken. I don't know what.
Bill Maher is nothing short of a master tactician when it comes to calling out political hypocrisy, and he proved it again with just one brutally simple question. Watch how he dismantles Adam Schiff's entire narrative with surgical precision. For the past 7 years, Schiff has made it his personal mission to go after Trump, painting him as a political boogeyman. That's been his whole brand. Trump bad, Orange man scary. But Maher cuts through all that noise and asks the question no Democrat wants to touch. Okay, let's say Trump is a monster and we vote against him. Why should we vote for the Democratic candidate? And even more devastating, what exactly does Schiff believe in, besides hating Trump? Crickets. The guy's known not for bold ideas or real leadership, but for obsessively going after one political rival. Strip that away and what's left? Just a hollow partisan mouthpiece with a microphone. But here's the kicker. After years of preaching about the so-called moral urgency of impeaching Trump, the Democratic Party got slammed with their biggest scandal in over a decade, the Hunter Biden laptop. And just like that, Schiff's moral outrage vanished. Instead of demanding transparency, he went all in defending Hunter Biden. No questions asked. He didn't just dodge criticism. He attacked anyone who dared to question the official story, even going after the laptop repairman who blew the whistle.
John Paul, we know that your life has been turned absolutely upside down because you were accused of spreading Russian disinformation. Tell us about the last few years and what led you to file this lawsuit.
Good morning, Carly. Thanks for having me on the show. Well, the last couple of years have been pretty tough. It was pretty quick out of the gate that I was labeled a hacker. And then after Adam Schiff and 51 intelligence experts decided to pen a letter and tell the rest of the American people I was a Russian asset, things have kind of gone downhill from there.
I've got to hand it to John Paul Mac Isaac. The man kept his sense of humor even while getting dragged through the mud. He jokingly referred to Adam Schiff as Adam Schiff. And honestly, it fits. Schiff didn't just bend the truth, he shifted it, twisted it, and reshaped it to fit his political agenda. In any functioning democracy, someone like John Paul, who had the guts to come forward and reveal the shady contents of Hunter Biden's now infamous laptop, should be praised, protected, and even rewarded for speaking truth to power. But not in Schiff's America. Instead of investigating the facts, Schiff went on national TV and smeared him as a Russian asset. No evidence, no hesitation, just a full-blown character assassination. And right on cue, the media followed his lead, flipping the script and turning a whistleblower into a villain. It became a coordinated smear campaign, all because he exposed the wrong guy.
Well, we know that this whole smear on Joe Biden comes from the Kremlin. That's been clear for well over a year now that they've been pushing this false narrative about the vice president and his son.
Without a shred of evidence, Adam Schiff confidently declared the Hunter Biden laptop story was nothing more than Russian disinformation. No investigation, no due diligence. just baseless finger-pointing dressed up as a national security concern. Schiff went on national television and blatantly lied to the American public, insisting the laptop was fake, the story was fabricated, and the whole thing was being pushed by bad actors, namely Rudy Giuliani, in a desperate attempt to smear Joe Biden ahead of the election. He framed it as a dirty trick straight out of the Kremlin's playbook, hoping Americans would tune it out and dismiss it as a hoax. But here's the kicker: the laptop was real. The emails were real. The corruption, the influence peddling, and the shady foreign business deals? Also real. Schiff didn't just get it wrong. He deliberately misled the public to protect his party's golden boy. And now, instead of accountability, all we get is silence. Convenient, isn't it?
On a group of people who are not ideologically captured by either side. I am tired of the extremes and the extremists who dominate the debate. They have the megaphone and we hear them more, but I don't think they represent what most people in the country talk about. I think almost any issue you could actually come up with a reasonable middle ground.
Just like Bill Maher, a lot of us are fed up with politicians like Adam Schiff, ideologically locked in, morally inconsistent, and blindly loyal to party over country. These are the types who twist every issue through a partisan lens, totally incapable of holding their own side accountable. If Donald Trump so much as jaywalks, they're ready to crucify him. But when Joe Biden's son is caught in a scandal, suddenly it's Russian disinformation and right-wing conspiracy theories. The hypocrisy is staggering. This isn't about justice, truth, or integrity. It's about protecting their political tribe at all costs. These people aren't public servants. They're partisan operatives playing a dangerous game. And if we're not careful, they'll drag the whole country into the gutter with them. It's time we start calling them out, holding them accountable, and refusing to let them lead us any further down this path of division and decay.
Let's live in the year we're living in. You know, the year 2024 is just very different. Very, like night and day different from 50 years ago, even probably 20 years ago.
In the end, Adam Schiff represents everything that's broken in modern American politics: hypocrisy, double standards, and blind loyalty to party over principle. For years, he built his reputation by obsessively attacking Trump, pushing narratives without solid evidence, and brushing off legitimate concerns, like the Hunter Biden laptop scandal, as nothing more than Russian disinformation. And when the truth came out, he didn't walk it back, he doubled down. Sadly, he's not the only one. Politicians on both sides have turned politics into a team sport, where winning matters more than honesty and protecting the party outweighs protecting the country. Bill Maher said it best: if all you're offering is fear of the other side, then what do you actually stand for? Americans deserve real leaders with convictions, not career politicians playing both sides for power. It's time we stop tolerating the sham and start demanding better, because if we keep following people like Schiff, we're headed straight for disaster. That wraps up today's video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.